skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember the name. He doesn't need his name up in lights, he just wants to be heard, whether it's the beat of the mic. He feels so unlike everybody else, alone, in spite of the fact that some people still think that they know. But no, he knows the code. It's not about the salary, it's all about reality and making some noise, making a story, making sure his click stays up. That means when he puts it down, Todd's picking it up. Let's go.
Who the hell is he anyway? He never really talks much, never concerned with status, but still leaving him starstruck. Humble through opportunities given despite the fact that many misjudge him because he makes a living from writing raps. Put it together himself, got a picture connects, never asking for someone's help or to get some respect. He's only focused on what he wrote, his will is beyond reach, and now it all unfolds, the skill of an artist.
This is 20% skill, 80% fear, be 100% clear, cause Ryu was ill. Who would've thought he'd be the one that set the West in flames? And I heard him wreck it with the crystal method, name of the game. Came back, dropped Megadeth, took him to church. I like Bleach, man. Ryu had the stupidest verse, this dude is the truth. Now every
All right. Lots of noise going around us right now. Wait, I'm losing the camera. Hang on. Hey, now we're on. The echo I could really do. Okay. There we go. That's what I want. Know what those means. Okay. And then the camera flew. So while we get that back, the play coming through neutral zone. Dumped into the St. Albert zone. St. Albert picks it up. Now it wants to be uncooperative. We'll go back to this camera. Puck in CAC zone. Short side. Shot by Lister. Hits the net. Cleared over to the far corner. Picking it up. That was Morris. Hands it out to Enriquez Gomez. That's turned around at center. Picked up by Zahari. Steals it back for the Canadians. Thrown down low. And the St. Albert goaltender is going to make a save here with 18:27 left in the first period. Okay, that looks good. We'll go with that. Face off far side in the St. Albert Raider Royal zone. Royal bring that out to center. That's stopped by Eagle. Comes into Canadian zone. Sent back out to the neutral zone. Lister put that back in. Webster sets it up behind the net. Eagle over to Morris. Morris up the near side to Rink Gomez. Pass just in front of him. Knocked down by Lister at the neutral zone. Pass to the left side to number 11. Dorval throws that in front. Knocked down by Eagle. Dorval cycles that back to the near point. A shot by Lister right on. Eagle clears that to the outside. Dollywall tries to flip it off the glass where there ain't none. And that puck ends up going into the bench. Got to stop here with 17:48 left in the first period. Are we going to do this all night? Every time I look away, the camera stops on us. Okay. Canadians put the puck coming up the near side. Ulrich puts that into the zone and sent right back out by St. Albert. Puck back in the St. Albert zone. I think we got our groove on now. Here we go. St. Albert goes deep behind their own net. Sent to the far side to number 14, Boisvert. Boisvert trying to spread that up, looking for number 13. Roulette couldn't contain the puck. Canadians get it out and chip that into the neutral zone. Heading back for it. Maybe it was Garrity. Not too sure. Comes back to the near side. Picked up by Boisvert. Held in by the Canadians. Puck goes loose into that corner. Hoffman's going to try and move that puck. Picked up by the Canadians. Schufelt tries to drive the lane. That's knocked off his stick. And St. Albert comes back the other way. Hard stop in the Canadian zone. Puck comes back out to the neutral zone. Picked up again by Ford. Ford now coming in the near side. Chips it in. It's rubbed off against the boards by Duffett. Duffett with the loose puck. Throws it up the ice. Ends up on the stick of Frostad. Goes to the left side. Ooh, 13, an affiliate tonight. Not sure who the affiliate is. Not really Sharky, but I'll find out at the break here. Backhand in the zone. Frostad puts that in the Raider zone. Royals put that out to center. Halabi picks that up. Centering pass. Comes over to Valesky with a shot. Oh, and Halabi almost tucked her in on the back door. That hit the side of the net. Canadians clear that out to the neutral zone. Halabi's going to skate back for it. Picks it up. Let's turn around at center. Yamniak dumps that into the St. Albert zone, but a delayed offside was indicated, so he had to tag up. St. Albert sends the puck all the way down the ice, and we'll have an icing call here with 15:28 left in the first period. And this camera froze once again every time I turn my head away. Sorry, folks. We will be checking all the connections. What right now? Not even halfway through the period. We can get this right. Alright, so bear with me. I'll be play with the main camera. Puck comes across the neutral zone. Enriquez Gomez battles that in the far side, but couldn't enter the zone cleanly. St. Albert gets it back. St. Albert comes into the Canadian zone, puts it up the near side. That's stopped by Ulrich. Puck comes out to the blue line, then back in. I believe we're going to see an offside call made here. The face off just outside the Canadian zone. Alright, let's see how long this one lasts. Puck's dropped. Canadians win it. Ulrich puts it up the near boards. Knocked down in the neutral zone. Turcotte follows that up the right side. He's going to get that into the Royals. Puck sent down low. Sweeps behind the net. Comes over to the near side. Canadian centering pass knocked down by the Royals in the zone. Here they come up the near side. Rushing it up the ice. Number 24 forward takes the right side. Flips it out in front. Garrity was tied up by Turcotte. Puck goes to the far boards. Loose puck spills out to the neutral zone. Ford comes back to the Royals. Benches over to the near side. Now he steps up the middle. Here comes Ford into the Canadian zone. Ulrich reaches over. Gets the puck off. Tries to move it up to Hoare. Rough Hoare. Into the puck. Kicked out to the neutral zone by Yamniak. Flipped into the near. An icing call at the end of that play with 13:46 left in the first period. Alright, looks like we got through a whistle without the main camera freezing on us. Maybe we've solved it. Face near side in the Canadian zone. St. Albert wins it. There's a quick shot. Lister trying to send it low. Webster there with the glove, making the stop. With 13:43 left in the first period. St. Healthy right here. Here's a replay. Lister taking that low shot. And we'll jump back to live action here. Centerman ejected from the face-off dot, replaced by Dorval for the Royals. Canadians win it. Duffett behind the net onto the far side. Canadian try to move up. Yamiak is tied up, so Ison's going to be waved off here. He takes it into the zone. Try and grab it back, but the Royals there first. Moved to the other side. Now back to the far side. Picked up by Lister. Lister trying to hit that up to line high. Bounces into the Canadian zone, though. Duffett puts him down. Dorval tried to walk away with it. That's swiped away by Thorvaldson. Horn moves around to the far side. Picked up by West. West centering pass. That's picked off by Lister. Lister tries to walk it up the wall. That's taken away by West. Ollie flips that into the St. Albert zone, but it stops right there. Morris cuts that off at center. He rushes up the left side. Here's a chance for Morris. Off the crest. Cleared away by Hoffman. Hoffman trying to send that up the ice to Sassville. Puck comes into the near boards. Knocked down by Connors. Put out to the neutral zone. Royals had it for a sec. Sassville tried to move it. Dotlywall takes it away and gets it deep into the Royal zone. Royals moving around the outside. Willette picks that up. Trying to come up the left wing. Eagle slows him up, but the puck goes loose into the corner. Centering pass knocked down by the Canadians. Canadians coming up the near side. Right side's pass looking for Dollywall. Dollywall gets a step coming up the right side. He's rubbed off the puck. Couldn't get the inside track to the net. Good defense there by the Royals. Royals in their own zone. Foster with the puck. Centering pass. That's chipped out by Ulrich. We'll have the face off, likely in the neutral zone here. Play stops here with 11:51 left in the first period. No score on the board. Draw will be down low in the St. Albert zone. Puck comes back to the point. Turcotte throws that into traffic. Bounces high up in the air. Knocked down by the Canadian. Thorvaldson tried to drag the net, goes to the outside for Hoare. Hoare with it. Has the puck taken away by number 17. Picard. Put behind the net. Foster chips it up the centering pass. Looking for Polanski, but Polanski couldn't contain it on his sticks. Royals coming up on the near side. Turning in the neutral zone. Ulrich, far side for Turcotte. Turcotte up to Schufeld, who kicks that into the St. Albert zone. They return it right up the ice. Here comes number 17, Picard. Tobolensky. Oh, a great save there by Webster. And Kai Webster, quick with the reaction, keeping the puck out of the net with a great chance from the Royals there. Royals entering the zone. Takar centers that to Polanski. Polanski tries to rifle it past the Canadian goaltender, but Webster up to the challenge, hangs on for a face-off with 11:03 left in the first period. Shot right from the draw, ends up high in the air. Duffett knocks that down. St. Albert good quick back, keeps in the zone. Now Duffett knocks it down again. Outlet pass out to the left side, rushing it in. There's a high shot. That was rubbed out of bounds. And we get the whistle here with 10:43 left in the first period. Puts the draw near side in the Royals zone. Puck swept behind the Royals net to the far side. Schufeld picks it up. Hangs under it. Sends it down low. Taylor moves behind the net over to Schufeld. Up to the point to Duffett. Duffett puts that down into the near corner. That's picked off by the Royals. I think number 4, Hoffman. Hoffman gets the puck back. He's going to rush up into the Canadian goal. Coming up the near side. Duffett takes him into the boards. Puck comes loose. Sent down low. Cleaned up by Frostad. Frostad Near side to the Canadians, number 13. His centering pass knocked down by Garrity. Garrity walking it in, sends it to the far side. Schufelt on the back check. Takes that away and puts that out to the neutral zone and goes for a change. Let's put that deep into the Canadian zone. Frostad picks it up. We're halfway through the first period here as the Canadians need to puck up the far side looking for Enriquez Gomez. Comes back the other way. Here's a shot by Garrity right into Webster. And Kai Webster's going to hang on to that one with 9:40 to go in the first period. So, coming against the right side again. Garrity trying to pick the top half of the net. Webster takes that away with 9:40 to go in the period. Not the draw, bit of a scramble. In front by Lister. Eagle knocks that down. Another shot. That's blocked by Morris. Rebound goes over to the nearest side. Enriquez Gomez throws that off the glass. Left down at the line by Elp. Enriquez Gomez tries again. It hits a skate. Bounces over to Morris. Morris over to... I think that was Burnett or Zahara. Whose puck goes into the far corner where the Royals pick it up. Tried to chip that off the boards, and that's right by Eagle. He fires that towards the net. Chance for Enriquez Gomez, right on net. St. Albert goaltender. Woodward, I think. Nope, it's Dean. Dean in net. Makes a great save there, and play continues. The Royals get the puck out to the neutral zone, put up the near side, dumped into the Canadian zone. Morris gets there first, moves to the far side to Eagle. Eagle up the boards to Dollywall. Dollywall gets it up to Enriquez Gomez, throws that towards the St. Albert zone, and then goes for a change. St. Albert's Lister tried to kick that in. That's taken away at the Canadians line. Morris gets that into the St. Albert zone, turns, fires it, goes below the net, bounces up to the far side. Picked up by Boivin. He gets the puck up to Roulette. Ooh, there's a shot over the mark. Canadians center that to Dollywall. He's going to come up the right side now. Pass back to number 5. Puck bounces into the Canadian zone now. Over to Turcotte. Turcotte. Up to West. West centers that, looking for Dollywall. He is rubbed off the puck. Puck comes back to the point. West picks it up again. Guards it. Gets it over to Ulrich. Ulrich puts it up the near boards. And we're going to get an offside call here with 7:39 left in the first period. Face off will be near side, just outside of the Canadian zone. The Orioles dump the puck into the Canadian zone. Battle for it on those far boards. Hit in the far side by the Royals, thrown towards the net, but Frostad knocks that down. Yamniak completes it, the clear off the boards, up to Thorvaldson, up to Yamniak, couldn't stretch it to him. Sorry, that was a stretch pass to Frostad. Ooh, turn, fire by Hoare, just wide of the mark, and Yamniak keeps that in at the point. Sends that down for Hoare. Hoare up to Duffett. Duffett turns over to Hoare. Hoare centers that to Yamniak. Nice shot, and it comes over the crossbar. Morris slips, keeps it in now. Stretches that down to number 19. It comes in. Walensky 5-0 on the Canadians goaltender, and St. Albert goes up 1-0 with 6:43 left in the first period. Just a little of a juggling act at the line. The right D-man couldn't quite keep it in for the Canadians. Ends up being a breakaway. And St. Albert was up 1-0 in the first period. Puck's dropped to center. Heads into the Royal zone. Battle for it near boards in the Royal Zone. Now comes loose for number 17 Takar. Passed it up to the near side to Labby. Comes out to the neutral zone. Hoffman picks it up, waits at the blue line for his team to get back on side, dumps it back. There's Polanski walking it in, comes up the right side, looking to tail that behind him. That's broken up by Morris. Number 13 is going to pick that up for the Canadians and rush up the ice with it. As Taylor coming to the net on the back side. That play broken up by the Royals. Puck comes out to the neutral zone. Shufelt over to Eagle. Eagle on the near side. Gets that up to 13. Sends that between the D-men. Eagle will get there. And Webster will cover it up, I guess, long enough to get a whistle. He's just kind of stuck on the side of the net there. And we're going to stop with 5:48 left in the first period. Face off far side in the Canadian zone. Puck sent back to the point. I was cut off by... That was Burnett. Comes back to Zahara, who rips one just above the crossbar. St. Albert picks it up again. Here comes forward into the Canadian zone. Last to handle the puck that goes below the goal line to the retriever centers that. That's taken away by the Canadians. Puck comes up to the neutral zone. Knocked down by Beendera. He dumps that into the Canadian zone. All right. Big Henry pass knocked down by Ford. Ford centers that for the Royals. Well, gets it, but sends it back to the point. Zahara read the play, and he's going to put it down the ice. Ends up being an icing call here with 5:03 left in the first period. Draw will be near side, the Canadian zone. Lister with the puck. Royal is a shot over the net stage in goal. West loosens the puck up for the Canadians. Crosstad throws it back against the front top to West. West throws that up center. That's knocked down in the Canadian zone by Lister. Directed that towards the net. But Dorval couldn't get the shot goal. Dorval picks it up, back to the point. Put down low by Beendera. Picked up on the near side, and Foster is starting to walk it in. Now he's picking up the puck, set down low. Dollywall, right side to West. West. Royals going to backsend it to the open side on the near side of the ice. Wester picks it up for the Royals. Line hand or Dorval. Dorval tries to go up the far side. Gets off the puck. Morris with it. Sent to the outside to West. West is going to send that to the wide ice. Picked up by the Royals. He dumps that back into the Canadian zone. On the far side, Royals. Lister picks up in the corner. Morris pins him against the boards. Lister gets it back to the point. Now to the near side for Foster. There's a shot wide. Chopped out by Yanniak. Rolls into the Royal zone where Foster picks it up. Stolen by Horror. Poke checked away by Dean. Horror just running out of real estate there. Puck picked up in the neutral zone by Morris. He dumps that back in the Royal zone. Royals coming up the near side, coming across center. Led by number 13, Roulette. Straight to the net. That puck goes through the crease, off the far boards. Roulette picks up his own rebound. Down low for Ford. Ford cycles over to the near side. Taken in the corner by Thorvaldson. Eagle. Here comes Horror with the loose puck up the left side. Pass up to Yamiak. Yamiak gets that deep. We'll go for a change. Hoffman picks it up for the Royals. Put it to that far corner. Picked up by Boivin. Boivin stretch pass. Looking for Sassville. Too far for him. We have an icing call with 2:44 left in the first period. coming back into the Canadian zone, turn up the ice. Canadians come back in the Royal zone. Big collision in the zone. Face off near side, the Royal zone, 1:59 to go in the first period. Won by the Royals. Here's number 3, Vindera. Trying to move it behind the net. Goes to that far corner, picked up by Foster. Canadians keep it in the zone. Vindera moves that to the near side, connects with Labby. Labby tried to center that. Chips that in the zone, goes to retrieve it. Over to Takar's shot. Hit Enrique Gomez's stick and goes high and wide. Got past the zone, picked up by Thorvaldsen, who gets that out to the neutral zone. Enrique Gomez comes back with a loose puck, up to Turcotte. Turcotte dumps that into the Royal zone. Put to the far side, that's cut off. Carr spins off the boards with it. Centering pass, that's read by Morris. Puts that deep into the Royal zone. Another centering pass by Takar. That's broken out by Yep, looking for Thorvaldsen and pass was behind him. Takar with the puck. Back up the near side to Halabi. Halabi trying to angle towards it. Morris takes him down low and puts him into the boards. Polanski with the puck. Up to number 22, the low shot. Webster with the save. Cleared away by Eagle. Morris near side for Roll. Coming pass for Yamniak. Thorvaldsen on the right side. Stopped at the blue line. They called offside, but there was no contact with the puck. 18 seconds to go in the first period. Well, the face-off just outside St. Albert's zone. Far side of the east. Royals win that. Put up the middle. Here comes number 13. Do that. Back door. This to number 22. Gary couldn't go on the backhand. Pops out in front. And Webster has to be quick on that one with 4 seconds left in the period. He hangs on to the puck with St. Albert for their second of the period. Face off far side in the Canadian zone. 4 seconds to go in the period. Okay, we move the draw out to the neutral zone. Royals come in. Didn't get that. There goes. And the Royals will head into the break. Up 1-0. Bunch of chippiness or occurring after the whistle. I wasn't at the last game, but I heard there was a lot of that after whistle action running over and spilling over to this game as well. Well, folks, it wasn't a bad period by the Canadians at all. They didn't have the best chances. I think the Royals did. They were able to capitalize, but Webster doing a great job keeping his team in the game. A little more polished, a little more finesse in the second period from the Canadians, and I think we'll see some pucks in the back of the net. All right, folks, we'll let our sponsors have a word. We will see you back here for the second period in a few minutes.
You ready? Let's go!
Yeah.
You going to call or
Hey, Happy New Year.
How are you?
Doing all right?
I shovel all day, so it's all night.
Sounds good.
A lot of shoveling. I did the thing yesterday. Did it the Rink. Something like you have to bring I did that first. At least now he's got this place that he can choose boxes. Right? Number 6. Number 6. Like you're
Bush slide on the ice, Titans on the tube, Zapper popping flies out here in the booms. I'm going nowhere. Yeah, I know the mountains got the snow, Cali's got the beach, Memphis got the soul, Atlanta's got the beats, but y'all, I'm going nowhere. Cause I'm stuck in this town in my truck, riding around with a plug, a bone cut in my lip. You'd have to cut the whole tree down, can't rip these roots out the ground. Ain't getting out and I don't care, cause why in the hell would I leave? I don't need anything but fried chicken and crickets. If there's a yellow pine box, you can carry me in. If this red dirt, you can bury me in it. I'm going nowhere. Alright, Walden, where you going? Yeah, country life is what you make it. You love it or you leave it. I got a reputation, I damn sure plan to keep it. Every bottle, every party, every part of life, I guess all them daughters' daddies were right. I'm going nowhere. Stuck in this town in my truck, riding around with a plug, a long cut in my lip. You'd have to cut the whole tree down, can't rip these roots out the ground. Ain't getting out and I don't care, cause why in the hell would I leave? I don't need anything but fried chicken and crickets. If there's a yellow pine box, you can carry me in it. This red dirt, you can bury me in it. I'm going nowhere. Some people get this to ditch a dirt road, but that county line signs as far as I'll go. Cause I'm stuck in this town in my truck, riding around with a plug, a long cut in my lip. You have to cut the whole tree down, can't rip these roots out the ground. Ain't getting out and I don't care, cause why in the hell would I leave? I don't need anything but fried chicken and crickets. If there's a yellow pine box, you can carry me in it. This red dirt, you can bury me in it. I'm going nowhere. Going nowhere. Yo, I'm going nowhere. Guess all them daughters' daddies were right. I'm going nowhere.
Got a little southern drawl in my talk, a little pickup truck on my highway, got a little boot stomp in my walk, little neon light in my Friday, got some Tennessee in my whiskey, raise a cup up if you with me. I was raised on Merle, raised on Willie, got my honky tonk attitude from Joe Diffie. Daddy did too, it's family tradition. When someone cracks it up, you can't help but listen. My upbringing sounds like George Strait singing, and I gotta give props to the radio, cause if you know me, I was raised on country. something I'm so proud of. I was raised on Merle, raised on Willie. Got my honky tonk attitude from Joe Debbie. Daddy did too, it's family tradition. When someone cranks it up, you can't help but listen. My upbringing sounds like George Strait singing. And I gotta give props to the radio, 'cause if you know me, I was raised on country. Yeah, I was raised on country. I was raised on country. Raised on country music.
We're the product of a small town, rowdy southern drawl crowd, muddy water, mason jars, lightning in our veins. Riding 5-9 Cummins on hand-me-down lane, sipping on cold blue cans. Got our sunshine babies in the shotgun seats, rocking that Panama tan. Take a left turn past the white church to a little piece of heaven on dirt where shit gets out of hand and a damn show hits the fan. We're the product of a small town, rowdy southern drawl crowd, muddy water, mason jar, lightning in our veins. Like a blue California for a Friday night, and there's noise complaints and blue lights, cranking country way too loud. We're the product of a small town. Day one buddies that are ride or die, never left my side. We pick a neon moon over neon lights when we're looking for a good time. We take a left turn past the white church to a little piece of heaven on dirt where shit gets out of hand. Raise them up if you understand. We're the product of a small town, rowdy southern drawl crowd, muddy water, mason jar, lightning in our veins. Like a blue California for a Friday night, and there's noise complaints and blue lights, cranking country way too loud. We're the product of a small town. The product of a small town. Yeah, yeah. We're the product of a small town, rowdy southern drawl crowd, muddy water, mason jar, lightning in our veins. Work a blue California for a Friday night, then it's noise complaints and blue lights, cranking country way too loud. We're the product of a small town, cranking country way too loud. We're the product of a small town. Product of a small town. Yeah.
There we go. Hello, folks. Welcome back to Callingwood, Rink B. We are here in the second period. This regular season matchup of the St. Oliver Royals against CAC United Sport and Cycle Canadians. St. Albert on the power play as a slashing infraction was issued at the very end of the period. There's a shot right on Webster, who steers that aside, put back to the point. Hoffman seconds that over to the right side. Fed down over to, I think that was Takar on the near side. His shot above the net. It's going to roll out and back into the Royal zone. Turned over in the Royal zone. Puck put down the near side. Zahara doing a good job on the penalty kill. Outlet pass to Dakar, centers that to Polanski. That's returned back to Dakar, the neutral zone. He rushes it on the right side. Puck chopped off his stick, comes back to the neutral zone. Handled on the near side by Polanski. Polanski takes that up the left wing. Tries to throw that over the net. Goes to the far side to Lister. Lister up to the point to Hoffman. Hoffman near side to Takar. Takar with a hard shot again over the net. And the rebound is going to bounce all the way back into the Royals zone. 20 seconds left in the Royals power play. As Hoffman cycles over to the near side. Tries to throw that up the middle for Garrity. It's behind him. Roulette picks up the puck, puts it deep into the Canadian zone. Sent over to the far side, picked up by Roulette. Back to the point, off the pad to Webster, kicks over to the near side. Canadians get their man out of the box. Young tried to pick it up, and he flipped off, but it stays in. Young with a chance, there's a shot off another man. I think Young was trying to bounce that off a player and then wasn't quite square to the net. But we got to stop here. Or Dean gets to stop for St. Albert with 17:45 to the second period. 1-0 for the Royals. If they win the draw in their own zone. West cuts that path off there, tries to center that. That's Joan to him in that. Biandera chips that into the corner. Forward centers that. That's broken up by West. West spins to the corner, stops, turns. Hit Biandera, goes to far corner. Young keeps it alive in the zone. Down to Gollywall. Gollywall stripped with the puck by number 13 Roulette. Roulette near side for Ford. Frostad steps up, keeps the puck in the zone. Foster, gets that puck out to the neutral zone. Canadians retrieve it. Thurbertson looking for Dollywall. Ends up in the St. Albert zone, but turned right back to the neutral zone. Now back to St. Albert zone, now to the far side. Foster to Garrity. Garrity trying to click it down low behind his own net. Hands that off to Biandera. Young net jumps on that for the Canadians. Out in the slot. And Hoare couldn't catch up to it. Puck comes up to the neutral zone. Nice patience there by Duffett. Takes the puck down low into the St. Albert zone. Chernobyl gets back here to come up the near side. Comes through the neutral zone. Back to number 9. Foster throws that in the near side. The Raiders, or Royal, get that into the Canadian zone. Hopefully pitched out. Puck comes back into the Royal zone. Brave moves that up the ice to Pulaski. Pulaski comes to the right side. Low front on Webster. Shot off the mark. Comes off the glass, remains in play. Puck on the near side. Moves that up to Polanski. Polanski takes that into the Canadian zone. There's a high shot. Comes off the glass. Puck coming out in the neutral zone by Albert Biden. Pass being signaled by Rio officiating crew. We got to stop here with 15-18 left in this second period. Face-off will be near side, just outside of the Raiders zone. Draw one by the Canadians. Well, tried to take that down Main Street. He was stripped of the puck. Raiders on the near side. Send it down the ice. Lister hustling, trying to beat out the ice, and he does. Good effort there by Chase Lister. Ground up on the side of the net. Cleared away to the near boards. Puck still in the Canadian zone. Comes loose now. There's a low shot there by Reinhardt. Puck comes all the way back to the Royal zone, and Dean is going to cover this one up. Going to stop here with 14:37 left in the second period. Draw will be far side of the ice in the St. Albert zone. Sahara and Lister lining up against each other, old teammates. Lister wins it. Dorval moves that to the line. Frostad keeps that in, sends that far side looking for Sahara. Ep steps up, but Sahara clears it into the corner. Royals, Dorval over to Lister. Lister's off to the races, now coming up the left side into the Canadian zone. Left the puck for Doral. Doral was checked on the play, chipped out to center, picked up by Enriquez Gomez, looking for Frostad. That was broken up by Ep. Puck comes out to the neutral zone. Here comes St. Albert into the Canadian zone. 2-1 developing. Good stick there by Zahara. Pokes it into that far corner. Comes back to the point. Boivay keeps that in for the Raiders. Ep comes back to the loose puck just outside of the zone. Up the near boards for Linehan. Chips that into the Canadian zone. Duff it back to play. It swings around the boards to the far side. Picked up by Polanski. Polanski into the slot for Linehan. Linehan with a shot. And it takes them 2 attempts. But the second one goes right into the back of the net. And the St. Albert Royals are up 2-0 on the Canadians with 13:35 left in the second period. Oh, wow, that replay is way behind. We'll see if it catches up to action. I'm not thinking so. So we'll just throw it back to puck back in the Canadian zone. Takar keeps it in at the line. Eagle picks it up. And then pass. Centered by Burnett. Is that Dollywall? Raiders send that up the near side. Satchville backhands that into the zone. Pick up on the far side by Morris. Pass for the Raiders. Ooh, that was jammed just wide of the near post. Battle for it in that near corner. Play broken up by Morris. Sends it back into the near corner. Back to the point now. Loading up his forward. There's a hard shot. That's knocked down. So that was Foster taking that shot. Knocked down by Webster. Centering pass. Broken up by the Canadians. Thrown out to the neutral zone. We're not going to get this here. It's tipped down there. Foster picks up the puck behind the net. Quickly outlet up the ice to Takar. Takar coming up the left wing into the Canadian zone. Centering pass. That's broken up by Thorwaldson. Thorwaldson. Centering pass to Hoare. Hoare comes. Stops. In front for Thorwaldson. That's broken up by Boivay. Takar shovels that up for Sassville. Shot directed towards the net. That's knocked down by Ulrich. Gets that to the outside. Looking for Turcotte. St. Albert keeps that in the zone. Now comes out the center. Hoffman gets a piece of it. Sends back to lead with the Canadian zone. Ep finds the loose puck. Slides it to the right side. Deep in the Canadian zone. Rolls to the near side. Ulrich picks it up looking for Yamniak. Yamniak tried to put that off the glass. He was checked while doing so. The puck actually goes out of play inside the Canadian zone. So we'll have a face-off with 11:50 left in the second period. Draw will be near side inside the Canadian zone. Puck's dropped in the Canadian zone. High shot. Webster has to reach high to grab that thing. No rebound there. We'll reset near side in the Canadian zone. Canadians win it. They jam it towards their goalie who makes the save. Now they regain their composure. Send out the near side to get out to the neutral zone. The Royals get it back, put it in the Canadian zone, but Turcotte left that out. Caught at center. Hoffman puts that off the boards, back down low. Tried to put that into the slot. That's broken up by Connor. On the near boards. Ulrich gets that off to Young. Young punched into the board. All calls that up. Now the Canadians are breaking away with it. Up the near side. Coming Young. That was turned over inside the St. Albert zone. St. Albert come back the other way. Here's Ford. Takes the right side into the zone. Tried to feed that back in the slot. That was knocked down by Turcotte. Royals get it back. Behind the net. Young picks up the puck. Flips it over to Wells. Wells. Up to Frostad. Frostad throws that to the outside. Felt chops that into the zone. Hoffman back to play it for the Royals. Stretched down the ice. That's knocked down by Frostad. Frostad is going to flip that into the near corner. Up there first for St. Albert. Zahara tried to center it out as he stole the puck. Frostad was sitting inside the slot, but that was broken up by the Royals. On the far side, Royals. Garrity breaks at the entry. Turned over though. Here's Burnett down low. Sent back to Gomez. Lucas Gomez tried to pick the glove side. Sprawling Dean gets that on the pad and kicks it into the near corner. Canadians with the puck in their own zone. Throw that out to the neutral zone. Picked up by Zahara. Zahara coming up the right side. Nice shot. Dean with the save. And we're going to stop and play with 9:27 left in the second period. Wow. That replay is way behind. Oh well. St. Albert win the draw in their own zone. They bring it out on the near side now. Stepping into the Canadian zone. Offside called here with 9:13 left in the second period. Face off won by the Canadians. They put that into the neutral zone. It bounces towards St. Albert goal line. Bandera moves that up the ice. Now on the left side to Carr. Drop pass for Polanski. Polanski takes that into the corner. Stopped by Eagle. Hit the skates of Yamniak. Stays in the zone. Pass. Oh, and Webster able to read that. As he comes out, challenges it, and hangs on for the whistle with 8:45 left in the second period. Great job by Webster just to come out and challenge. He had to be quick as the St. Albert player was right in that low slot. Face off near side in the Canadian zone. St. Albert wins it. Canadians knock it down. Tried to stretch it down the ice looking for West. Couldn't contain it. And icing called here with 8:37 left in the second period. Draw one by the Canadians. Puts it to the outside. Now comes up to Dollywall. Dollywall coming up the right wing into the Raiders. With a one-timer. Dean steers that aside, putting that off the crest. And the D puts that out to the neutral zone. Turcotte up to the far side. West tries to keep it going. That's knocked down at center. Royals into the Canadian zone. And that's chopped out. Crossing over the far side. There's a shot off the blocker with Dean. Another one by Taylor. Comes off the side of the net. Into the slot. Cleared away by Polanski. Over to Carr. Pass up to Polanski. He's going to get out to the neutral zone. Burnett comes back. On the back check. Does a great job there. He holds him up at the line. They step over outside. Whistle goes with 7:44 left in the second period. Face-off will be far side of the ice, just in front of the St. Albert bench. Canadians win it. Crosstad near side. Burnett, who took that into the Royal zone. Royals pick it up here. Boisvert. Moving out of the zone, comes to the left side. Tried to feed that back through the slot, but hits the far boards, but the Royals put it in the zone. Oh, there's a backhand shot. That moved down quickly and just underneath the arm of Webster. It's a 3-0 game with 7:13 left in the second period. Canadians have been battling St. Albert all year. This is their third matchup. First one ended in a 3-1 win for St. Albert. The other one was just a 5-2 win back on December 6th. Puck in the Canadian zone. The Royals put that back to the point. There's a shot. Goes wide. Hoffman didn't get everything he wanted on that one. Boisvert back to Hoffman. Hoffman near side. That's broken up at center. Schufeld turns around for the Canadian. Flips that in far side. Rolls off the boards and behind the net. Hoffman. His pass knocked out by Wells. Hoffman turns around now. Puts it out to the neutral zone. Eagle back to play. Goes in front of his net. But chopped off his stick. Comes into the near corner and back to the blue line. Comes into the neutral zone. Here comes the Royals rushing towards the net. That was broken up by Morris. And looks like the puck just went out of play there. With the zone exit of the Canadians. The play stops with 6:10 left in the second period. St. Albert Royals on a win streak right now. At least 5 on my list. And the last full loss was against the Royals. The Canadians still doing alright, bouncing back. Puck coming out of the Canadian zone. Thorvaldsen goes over to Hoare. Back to Thorvaldsen. Yamiak, his shot. Hit his stick, goes out of play. Draw will be far side in the St. Albert zone. 5:40 to play in the second period. Wins it, moving on the boards to the near side, back to the point, held in by Yamiak, hard towards net, Thorvaldsen with a shot that is blocked, picked up by Hoare, steals it back for the Canadians, turn around, here comes Hoare, low shot, that's blocked by Biandera. Hoare, took that back to the point, with a slap shot that just over the crossbar, rolled back to Hoare. Hoare crushed on the near boards. Polanski ends up with the loose puck, moves it up the ice, goes to the right into number 12, Sassville. Sassville hangs on to the puck, tries to put it down the boards. It's picked up by the Canadians. Not out of the zone though. That's held in on the nearest side by Biandera. Canadians get a second chance though. Now it's out to the neutral zone, but Biandera's going to break up that rush. Thorvaldsen backhands that down the ice, maybe in a bit of frustration there. Icing called with 4:37 left in the second period. So the Canadians were last on the ice on the 19th. It was a 5-3 win against Camrose. And the St. Albert Royals were on the ice last on the 20th with a 6-3 win against the Warriors. Face off from the Canadian zone. Canadians have it behind their own net. Royals keep it on. Throw it into the slot. That hit a player and bounced towards Webster, who covers up the puck with 4:15 left in the second period. Draw one by the Canadians, move the puck around the near side. Goes out to center, Boisvert cuts that off. On the far side, Royals chip that into the Canadian zone. Canadians, Kirkcott puts that out, throws that up the near side, looking for Burnett. Puck came out to the neutral zone, the Canadians have to tag up. On the near side, Foster up to the leg, up to number 24, Ford. Ford hands that off to the right side. We'll get a shot from Foster at the point. And Webster will make the save here. 3:37 left in the second period. Webster really had to fight through traffic to find that puck. The bodies were starting to pile up in front of him. He did a good job doing that. Getting a stop here late in the second period. The draw will be far side in the Canadian zone. Royals win it. Ford spins to the far boards, puts it back to the point to Foster. Foster takes the shot, rebound comes right over to number 13 Roulette, who couldn't find the back of the net. Run out in front. Whoa, that's saved by Webster there while that was in the high slot. Webster had to come up high and punch that out. Another high shot. This one comes off the glass. Canadians get out to the neutral zone, but the Royals put it back in. They tag up. On the far side, number 13 Roulette bumps Morris off the puck. Here's Roulette with it. Hanging on to it. Spins it to the open corner. Put down low. Morris picks it up. Up to West Lincoln. Gets that out to the neutral zone. Drop pass from Taylor. Over to Dollywall. Dollywall puts that down low into the zone. West keeps that. Tried to throw it in the corner, but it was kicked away by Foster. Comes out to the neutral zone. Foster with the puck again on the near side. Picked up by Yamniak. Yamniak trying to come on the outside towards the net. Good shot. Oh, glove save. Dean. As Yamniak was trying to just tuck it in over the shoulder into the top of the net there. But the St. Albert goaltender taking away that chance with 2:12 left in the second period. Canadians win the draw in the offensive zone. Shot goes wide. Hoffman picks up the puck, gets out to the neutral zone. Duffett sends it back into the Royal zone. Royals come up near the side. Takar lost the handle at center. Canadians ship it into the St. Albert zone. Epp knocks it down. Yamniak and Thorvaldson work to keep it in the zone. Here's Yamniak, sends it to the far side. Four with it in front for Thorvaldson. Bounces over to Yamniak. It's in his skates so he can get the shot off. Thorvaldson receives the puck on the near side. Up high for Yamniak. Yamniak's shot just missed in the far post. Duffett keeps in the zone, but is picked up by the Royals, rushing up the ice. Number 19, Polanski. Shoveled that down low, but Webster able to hold on. Strong on the pads there. Coming back to the ice. Here's Thorvaldson, 2-1 back the other way, over to Hoare. Hoare can't get the bouncing puck. And the Royals gonna come out the far side with it. Hoffman comes across center. Dumps the puck in the Canadian zone. Sets up at the point. Duckpit moves around the outside. Hoffman keeps it in. Enriquez Gomez ends up with the loose puck. Here he comes into the zone. Up the right side. Long shot. Dean with the save. Thrown out in front. Oh, Burnett was just waiting there. Didn't have time or space. That was broken up by the Royal. Lister tries to rush it all the way back. 35 seconds to go in the period. Jammed out to center. Here's Burnett with it. On the back check, Lister takes it away. Moves to Foster. Foster up the ice for number 11, Dorval. He looks like he was cut offside. And we have a whistle with 23 seconds left in the second period. Oh, no. Check that. Burnett is going to end up in the box for holding the call. St. Albert will be back on the power play. Wait for the penalty killers to get on. We will drop the puck here near side. Canadian zone. St. Albert on the power play. The puck comes back to Foster. Left side, but then in the air. And Zaire able to pick off the pass, and he puts the puck down the end. Dean sets it up for Foster. Foster centering pass broken up by Yamiak. Cunningham able to retrieve it, moves it over there. Centering puck right on to Webster and makes the great save there. Just as the buzzer goes on the second period. St. Albert able to add. What do they add? They were just one. Anyway, St. Albert heads into the locker room, up 3-0 on the Canadians as we take a break and let our sponsors have a word.
Your body's got me weak. You're Mozart in the sheets. You make a sinner out of me. I'ma need a priest, and I'll be singing Holy Mother of Moses. I just wanna buy you roses, open every door that closes, and kiss you from your head to your toes. I like your soul, baby. You got that heart made of gold, baby. I'm gonna love you till I'm old, baby. I just wanna be your baby. I like your soul. I like your soul. I like your soul. I like your soul. Don't need to be undressing to feel like you're impressing. Must have died and gone to heaven. Gonna take me to confession. Give me 5. Yeah, you got me singing Holy Mother of Moses. I just wanna buy you roses, open every door that closes, and kiss you from your head to your toes. I like your soul, baby. You got that heart made of gold, baby. I'm gonna love you till I'm old, baby. I just wanna be your baby. I like your soul. I like your soul. I like your soul. I like your soul. And just so you know, I like your soul, baby. I like your soul, baby. You got that heart made of gold, baby. I'm gonna love you till I'm old, baby. I just wanna be your baby. I like your soul, baby. You got that heart made of gold, baby. I'm gonna love you till I'm old, baby. I just wanna be your baby. I like your soul. I like your soul. I like your soul. I like your soul. Sunday, 2 p.m. Waking up late again. Rolled over to a note laying right next to my head. Yeah, I bet I know what it says. Oh, bet it says, go get a real job. Yeah, 'cause your band sucks. Don't be calling me up, trying to get me back in this bed. Losing me won't be your biggest regret. Sign P.S. Have fun, 'cause I'm done being stuck at rock bottom. Up there, girl, guess you couldn't see. Down in the grass, looking mighty green. All of my Tennessees, I still got 'em. I ain't gonna fix what ain't even a problem. You think you're the one that got away, but I've got a prime piece of real estate down here. Yeah, I ain't ever stopping. Middle finger up, still rocking at the bottom. Rocking at the bottom. Rocking at the bottom. You want a high-rise, big city skyline, $1 million lifestyle, girl, that just ain't me. I'm a low life, yeah, I know, right? And that's how it's always gonna be. Yeah, up there, girl, guess you couldn't see. Down in the grass, looking mighty green. All of my Tennessees, I still got 'em. I ain't gonna fix what ain't even a problem. You think you're the one that got away, but I've got a prime piece of real estate down here. Yeah, I ain't ever stopping. Middle finger up, still rocking at the bottom.
Carve my name into the rock bottom.
Pull up in the whip, they be saying goddamn. When I hop out with my shorty, they be saying goddamn. They never show me love, now they see I got bands, now they saying goddamn. Goddamn.
They hating, I guess I gave them a reason. Feel like Roddy Rich, cause I've been ballin' every season. Got them 24s with 14 inches wide. Hop up in my ride, come catch a vibe. Cause you know that F-250 go vroom vroom. Girl, you looking like a star, I can take you to the moon. They never show me love till they seen I got bands. I'm the man, got them asking what's the plan when I pull up.
When I pull up in the whip, they be saying goddamn. When I hop out with my shorty, they be saying goddamn. They never show me love, now they see I got bands, now they saying goddamn. When I pull up in the whip, they be saying goddamn. When I hop out with my shorty, they be saying goddamn. They never show me love, now they see I got bands, now they saying goddamn.
They ain't never show me love. Now when I step out, it's all fake kisses and hugs. I had to stop seeing the potential and see through what they was. I was living in a dream, baby. Cause you know I keep my wallet in that green state.
Cause you know that F-250 go vroom vroom. Got a body shaking when that speaker boom boom. They never show me love till they seen I got bands. I'm the man, got them asking what's the plan when I pull up. When I pull up in the whip, they be saying goddamn. When I hop out with my shorty, they be saying goddamn. They never show me love, now they see I got bands, now they saying goddamn. When I pull up in the whip, they be saying goddamn. When I hop up with my shorty, they be saying goddamn. They never show me love, now they see I got bands, now they saying goddamn. Goddamn.
I'm looking fly when I pull up. Got my girl on my side when I pull up. Got the big ties when I pull up. Yeah, got the braids on the heads when I pull up in the whip.
They be saying goddamn. When I hop out with my shorty, they be saying goddamn. They never show me love, now they see I got bands, now they saying goddamn. When I pull up in the whip, they be saying goddamn. When I hop out with my shorty, they be saying goddamn. They never show me love, now they see I got bands, now they saying goddamn. Goddamn.
Damn pretty girl, you ain't done it again. You're gonna turn this sexy all the way up to 10. I never seen a side ride seat looking so hot. Baby, you rock, hit the spot like a fireball shot. You got me all high, head spinning around and around.
Oh, there's the sound back. Didn't even notice. Puck down in the Canadian zone. Put it out the far side. Raiders, or the Royals, get it back in their own zone. Send it down the ice. Icing waved off here. Turcotte gets that over to Thorwaldson. He puts it behind the net for Hoare. Comes away with it. Up to Thorwaldson. Looking to pass that to Yamniak. That was picked off on the near side by Linhan. Canadians have behind their own net. Turcotte over to Ulrich. Ulrich up the near side for Hoare. Couldn't get away from Foster. Foster walks it down. Over to Lister. Lister in front for Dorval. And Webster was down in the butterfly. Taking away the bottom of the net. Dorval couldn't elevate. And the Canadians got to stop with 14:55 left in the third period. Face off near side in the Canadian zone. Canadians win it. Brostad throws that up the middle, looking for Dolly Wall, who chops it up, goes to chase. That's the contest with Foster. Puck put into the corner. West picks that up. No centering pass knocked down by the Royals. Moves the puck down to Dollywall. Dollywall had it removed from him by number 19, Polanski. Polanski, his pass up the ice. That is taken away by Frostad. Canadian coming that out to the neutral zone. Picked off by West at center. He comes up the right side. He's drilled from behind. Taylor puts that in front for the Canadians. Fed down low behind the net. Over the near side. Back to the point for Duffin. Royals get a hold of it. Polanski leading the way. Tries to split the D. That's broken up. Volleyball going down the ice looking for West. Just out of his reach. His momentum was taking him the wrong way. And Diandera beats that puck over to the near side to up to Garrity. Garrity steps into the zone. Glove save Webster. Guy Webster with the sharp trapper stopping play with 13:48 left in the third period. Face-off will be near side in the Canadian zone. Baines win the draw. Morris puts the puck to the near side to Eagle. Eagle up to Wells. Wells looking for Young. Puck falls off his stick. Royals get it back. Epp sends it back to Diandera. Diandera back to Epp. Epp up to Halabi. Halabi goes to the wide side to number 24 Ford. Just going back by Scheffelt. Ford keeps in the zone now. Halabi with it. Chance developing for St. Melvin. That shot over the iron. Battle for it that near point. Loosens up for Roulette. Ooh, Scheffelt. Gave him a shot. Knocks him down. Royals put that back to the point. Epp going down low. Looks to Halabi. Poked away by Webster. Sent to the nearest side. Morris with it. Ford steals it back for St. Albert. That comes all the way back to the line. Up with the low shot off the glove of Webster. Sent to the near board. Labby sends that down low for Ford. Eagle comes away with the puck. He throws that off the glass and it's away for Scheffelt. Scheffelt coming up the right wing. He has Wells on his left. Wells picks up the puck, puts that down low in St. Albert's zone. Picked up by Scheffelt, trailed by Zahara. Zahara just half a foot too far in, and St. Albert gets the puck, moves it up the ice. Here's Halabi coming up the near side. That's chipped off the stick by Ulrich. Ulrich with time. He's going to move it up the ice now. Near side, Fenriquez Gomez makes the inside move on Hoffman, but not Lister. Followed up by Ulrich. Ulrich gets that into the Royal zone, flips that over to the near corner. Birch in the boards. Royals come away with it. Centering pass up to Dorval. Dorval couldn't get around Ulrich. But comes into the near boards. Einhorn with it. Mario Webster. Quick on the attack there was Dorval, but even quicker was the catcher of Webster. He gets the stop for the Canadians with 11:32 left in the third period. Just fed right in the corner and a quick one right onto Webster, and he makes that great save. Then Albert wins the draw in the offensive zone. Canadians get it back behind their own net. Try to move to the other side. Hoffman pinches and keeps it in. Here's a high one for Lister. Right into the glove of Webster. And Webster makes another great save there. With 11:16 left in the third period, we'll have the draw near side in the Canadian zone. Canadians come away with the puck. West up the right side. Tries to move that against or around Biendera, but he was knocked down. There's that Boisvert. Comes back in the right side. Here's Taylor. Takes that into the corner. Royals pick up the puck in the wrong goal. They're going to wheel it across center. Coming up the middle. Right into the back of the net. Glenham opens up a 4-goal lead against the Canadians as we almost reach the halfway mark of the third period. Just a snipe. Just over the shoulder and into the back of the net. And St. Albert goes up 4-0. Off the draw, Canadians win at Morris, takes it up the near side, puts that into the St. Albert zone. Board on the far board. Turned over, here comes St. Albert up the ice with it. Pass to the near side to Polanski. Polanski cycles below the net, comes out the far side. Looking to connect with Halabi. That puck cleared back to the far boards. Takar picks it up. Near side for Polanski. That hit 4. And then Webster grabs the puck, makes the save with 10:15 left in the third period. Draw 1 by the Royals. Hoffman sends that up the near boards. Rolls to the far side. Halabi picks up the puck. Get it up to Dakar. Again, Webster with the save. Pokes back to the far side. Eagle moves that up the boards. Held in at the far side by Boisvert. Followed up by Thorvaldson, who puts the puck down the ice. Hoffman back for the Royals. Circles over to the near side. Hoffman coming into the zone. Hard stop. Morris takes the puck away. Sends to the far side. Polanski picks it up for the Royals. Over to Takar. Centering pass. Broken up by Morris. Sends that out to the neutral zone, where Foster knocks it down. Sends it inside to Polanski. Polanski back to Takar. Takar has the puck taken away by Eagle. Up the far boards. Polanski keeps it in the Canadian zone. Pass left side to Takar. Takar had a streaking number 21 Halabi heading towards the net. And coming up the boards, Polanski spins turn, fires it on goal, and Webster with another save. 9:10 left in the third period. Face off near side in the Canadian zone. Canadians win it. Here's Ulrich. Starts behind his own net. Puts that to the far side. Shoot ball. Couldn't quite get that out. It came back in. So as I think number 13 Roulette touched the puck, the linesman blew the whistle. And offside called here with 8:58 left third period. Canadians win the draw. Here's Ulrich in his own corner. Beats at the far side to Turcotte. Turcotte pick up the boards. He was looking for Burnett. Signals crossed there. Ice being called with 8:46 left in the third period. Albert comes away with the puck. Looking down low, back on your side to Foster and fires that into the hair. Pick up the puck low. Send it down low. Ooh, centering pass for him. For it. Couldn't pick that up. Puck comes up to the near side. Here is Ford with it. To the point to Foster. Foster's shot on net. Webster sweeps that to the far side. Duffett off the glass. Couldn't get it out. Held in by Biandera. Behind the net is Ford. Ford in front, looking for that. Chipped away. Ford gets the puck back. Only for a second, and then Lucas Gomez chips that in. Up the near side. Foster, sorry, up the near side. That's intercepted by West. Put back into the St. Albert zone. Biandera for the Royals moves the puck up to Ford. Ford hustles up the ice with it. Coming up the right wing and into the Canadian zone. There's a shot. That is off the skate across that. And heading up the ice is West. Couldn't get to the left wing. That was chopped away by Ford. Coming up the near side though. You let in. There's the shot. Missed far post. West. Couldn't get to the far boards fast enough. And here comes number 13. We out with it. He is pushed into the corner. Against the boards. Garrity moves it. Now comes loose for Duffett. Duffett, far side. Chipped by West. Duffett. Duffett comes in the left side. Shot on Dean. And Dean made that one look easy. Play stops with 7 minutes to go in the third period. We'll have the face-off near side. Looks like far side, check that, far side in the St. Albert zone. Royals win the draw in their own zone. Yep. Over to Hoffman. Hoffman beats that down the ice, looking to stretch that pass to Dorval. Skips past him, we have nice and ball. It's 6:52 left in the third period. Will be near side. St. Albert zone. St. Albert wins it. Ruger on the boards to the far side. Dorval picks it up at center. Moved up to Southwell. Southwell. Lister on the backhand. Webster, one save, two saves, and now he's going to cover it up. There's a lot of commotion occurs around him. That comes off. And it's down. Dorval had his 2 cents. Oh, looks like he might get the roughing penalty here. Looks like the play was over and Dorval, he just runs the Canadians defenseman back into his own post. Canadians on the power play with 6:38 left in the third period. Chance to get on the board here. Canadians win the draw. Eagle at the point. Off the glass. Puts that down low. That's intercepted by him. By Eagle. With a slip. Rises. Comes off the end glass. Frostad. Pinch down. Puts it back to the point for Eagle. Right side for Yamiuk. Shot on. Steered aside by Dean. Other side cross side right in front. Canadian trying to drive it. Rolls up. And it ends up in the back of the net. The volleyball just keeps smacking it. He can't cover it up, and it rolls up and over him and into the back of the net. And the Canadians are on the board. Power play goal scored with 6:10 left in the third period. Jump over to the replay here, and we'll watch this goal one more time. Dollywall, hard work pays off in front. He ends up with the goal. Oops. Eagle with the puck. Get off to Mark. Mark's off to Sahara. Sahara has the puck taken away by Polanski. Loose puck. Right before Robbie. Robin tries to throw it through the neutral zone again, and Morris shoots that down. Gets the blue line and dumps it deep into the greater Royal zone. Sahara cuts that off, though. Take that into the corner. Lucas Gomez with the puck now. Second through the far side. He tried to move it back to the point. That was cut off by 17 to Carr. Moving the puck over to Polanski. Couldn't get into the zone. Polanski comes over to the near side. Second attempt at it. Whistle goes on the outside with 5:25 left in the third period. Face off, near side of the ice, just outside of the Canadian zone. Canadians win the draw. Move the puck out to the neutral zone, cut off by Polanski of Royal. Beat that over the near side to Foster. Foster's pass knocked down by Wells of the Canadians. Yep. Trying to move it from behind the net. Over to Schufeld. Schufeld fed with a shot and hit a stick, goes wide. Shoveled out in front again. Dean can't corral it, but the Royals will move it down the ice. Takar on the far side. Tries to walk it through Frostbite. That's knocked down in the slot. Backhand shot goes wide. Moved up Wells to Schufeld. Polanski comes back for it. Shoots that in the Canadian zone. Here's Takar up the left wing. In front for Halabi. He couldn't put it home. Fed back against the grain by Wells. Frostad hands it back to his goalie, who covers it up. There's 4:23 left in the third period. And then we get a little extra with the whistle. Another look at it. Shot just kind of wide before I put to that screen. Now that's what we didn't like. We didn't like the extra deep. Wait. Draw will be far side in the Canadian zone. Betterman ejected. It's by half. Put out to the neutral zone. Off the skittle cut. Put back in by the Royals. Alright, move it up the near side. Held in by Lister. Throws that up high for Dorval. Backhand pass. Broken up by Ulrich. Comes over to the near side. Ulrich goes to the right side. Pinnerpot had space. He's going to come up the right side into the zone. Oh, and jammed in front. Oh. Dean had to be quick on that one. That was almost an own goal on the back check by, I think it was Lister. And of course, to the end of the game, we get a little extra. Extending the time between whistles. 3:54 left in the third period. Face off near side in the Royal Club. Canadians winner. Volleyball sends that down low. Skip past West. Now comes out to the neutral zone. Tolkop tried to jump in the near side. He was stripped with the puck, but the Canadians put it deep into the Royals. Nice. Diandera moves that to the outside. That's cut off by the Canadians. Keep it in the zone. Only for a moment. No, here comes the Royals out the other way. Lister stepping into the high slot. Tried to put that back in. Oh, and it bounces off Dollywall. Beauty chance for Linhan, who puts it into the back of the net. The Canadian goaltender could do about that one. That was a fluke. Sometimes just don't have the puck. 5-1 for the St. Albert Royals with 3:20 to go in the third period. Canadian zone, Garrity goes skips on the pass on the near side to 4, broken up by Cincinnati. We'll get it to the Canadian zone. Marks gets it back down, sends it out to the neutral zone. Boivin is going to use the boards, put that in to the Canadian side of the ice. Eagle has got to come away with it. Left side for Hoare. Nope. This is on the offside. Well, icing call there with 2:45 in the third period. Probably far side. Canadians. Put it high, shovel towards the net. Webster kicks that away. That picks up the rebound for the Royals. Eagle from the loose puck puts it out to the neutral zone. Hoffman picks it up. Tried to go to the right side to roulette, but Eagle read that. Takes the puck, puts it deep into the Royal. Royals, number 22, Garrity, goes up the far side, sweeps it over to the near side to get that. Left, don't put it into the zone. Garrity, down low. Near side for Ford. Ford walks it over. Trying to roulette, and he couldn't find the back of him. Far and wide. Still battling in the Canadian zone, less than 2 minutes to go in the game. Eagle trying to rush it up. Throws it up the ice, knocked down by number 14, Robe. Hoffman, back to Robe. Gives the puck up to Garrity. Garrity comes in the air side. Fed out in front, Eagle takes that away. Flipped up, nice by Willett. Oh, trying to go back to Ford, who's coming on the near side. Puts down low. Put that back. Here's Hoffman with it. Walking it down. Hoffman with a shot. And Webster with a save. With 1:15 left in the third period. Face off near side, the Canadian zone. Transfield takes a sharp angle shot that goes wide. Shoot fell with it. Finds that. It's going to roll out to the neutral zone. Picked up by Foster. Foster sends that to Lister. Over shot on the far side by Dorval. That comes off the glass. We got less than a minute to go in the game. With Wells tangled with Sasso. Earlier in the play, she felt caught for an infraction. Didn't quite get the signal for it. Less than a minute to go in the third period. St. Albert will be on the power play. St. Albert at the pointers, Hoffman. Far side. Ooh, backdoor looking for Lister. That gives past Damon. Wells steals the puck away from Hoffman. Dean moves it to the final crowd at the third period. Net by West. That's knocked down in traffic. Royals come up to 5-5 away with the Canadian ball. Backhanded. Back note by West. They'll head to the bench. Duty done. Hoffman coming up the near side. From the far side to Takar. Takar drops that for Polanski. Polanski hangs onto it. Cycles below the net over the near side. 10 seconds to go. Back to the point for Hoffman. Hoffman fires that. Oh, hooked in by Lister. Lister setting up there. 4 seconds to go in the game. And St. Albert will make it a 6-1 finish. Drop the puck, count it 4, and that should be the game. Cross drops. We'll just count it out. Well, there goes, and St. Albert has taken all 3 meetings. Tight through the first, opened up a little more in the second, and then blew wide open in the third. Wednesday game? I believe we have a Wednesday game. Oh, against Southside. So the next time we will be on the airwaves will be Wednesday, 7:45 from Callingwood, where Canadian Sport and Cycle Canadians will be taking on Southside Athletic Club's campus. Will I be there? Something down. Let's just practice. Yep, I should be there then.
Watch that goal one more time. The third one, our goal. Yeah, he did. Davis. I was looking for